Jerry concert was great. We'll
Awesome.
talk about it here in a second. So, and with that, I want to welcome everybody on into Crashing Game Night. This is Matt Jory, your host. As always, I apologize for the little bit of a delay us getting started on the live stream. That's partially my fault. It's just been a really busy week and day today. So I am joined, as always, by the I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna call him, but
are you
the
practicing
one,
your
Gerard
dad
Barrera
dance moves?
I was, yeah. Hey,
I feel like that's
you.
Is there something we should know, Jerry?
And that's when Matt is perfectly fine that you were not at the Andy Grammer concert with him.
We'll talk about that in a second. But anyways,
hey, what's up, all my nerds? Thank you for joining. What's up? What's going on? Yes, I'm energetic right now,
and
I just had a Red Bull.
Oh God, help us all.
Sponsor
and joining us and joining me from the frigid Colorado weather is the babyface Monday.
Yeah, how is the giant freezer?
Was what, -1 this morning?
-1, negative.
Yeah,
I'm checking what it is right now. What is it?
And then
15.
Ooh, yeah, it's all right. We're gonna
Double
be
warmed up
double
some.
digits.
We're gonna be 40 tomorrow. We're gonna be in the 60s next week. So
nice. Oh, okay.
It's just Colorado being Colorado.
If it doesn't snow.
And then the stormtrooper without a home. Our maitre d'. Hey, you wore the shirt, so we got the Lions main, Jason Baledio.
How's it going, guys? How's it going tonight? Oh my goodness. How do you
give us a little flourish of the main. A little flourish.
So the little like.
Oh, it's getting volume, baby.
It's so luscious too.
It's getting volume. I love it.
The light hits it just right and so much shine.
I know, like my light is all sorts of messed up today. So
it's starting to grow to its former glory.
Right there. What are you talking about?
It's starting to grow to its former glory. I love it.
Yeah, my light's all weird, so we're just gonna play with it today. We're just gonna roll with it. It's gonna be like the How I Met Your Mother episode, or
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh geez.
What's that?
I thought you were talking about more about like Ted and his hair. Like it takes him 30 minutes to set it up, and like,
oh my God,
Barney finally messes it up and is like, you know what? You actually made it better.
That's right.
So how has everyone's week been?
Man,
not too bad.
Well, more so. How have you guys all taken a break from Horizon yet?
Nope.
No.
Yes.
We can talk about
Destiny came out.
No.
I knew it. Yeah,
No.
Destiny 2. I knew Destiny 2 had that update. So
Yeah.
But first and foremost, we got a birthday that we got to celebrate.
Oh,
we got two. Hold on, we got two.
That's our
got two.
fearless leader here.
So
I don't know, unless Jerry doesn't want to share and wants to do it next week for him.
we're gonna do it now.
I wasn't even thinking.
I'm driving that bus. I am driving that bus tonight.
Happy birthday to our boy Matt.
Thank you.
It was on the 22nd.
So Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday. It was at no, I'm just kidding.
I was born at 1:15 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
Thank
there
you
you
very
go.
much. So
Hey, that's pretty close to mine. I was born 1:55 p.m.
nice. No, Tuesday was good. It was a
Nice.
good birthday. We did
went to a concert, right?
yeah, we did Maggiano's for dinner.
Oh,
Maggiano.
didn't
Yeah.
do Cheesecake Factory like you planned?
Well, so cheesecake, we originally planned on it, but two things I'm kind of glad we didn't. One, because I prefer Maggiano's to Cheesecake Factory anyways.
Amen.
But Cheesecake Factory had no available reservations around the time that we needed to, because we wanted to make sure we got good parking, because the Paramount Theater has its parking garage over on 15th and Tremont, and it opens at 5:30, so you get free parking if you're going to a concert. So we want to make sure we got in a good spot so we could get out quickly. Two is, dude, that snow kicked up pretty fierce in downtown Denver Tuesday night. So
wow.
Yeah, so it was already starting to fire up when we got down there. By the time we got out, it was already in full swing, and the highways were a mess, and so were the roads because Denver doesn't freaking plow. But Andy Grammer was amazing as always. It was a
Awesome.
fantastic show. So Gerard, you missed out. However, your seat became the coat closet for not only the three of us, but also the people that were sitting on the opposite side. They put their
Oh,
coats in
no
your
way.
chair.
Well,
Honestly,
at
you
least I
might- you-
contributed in some way.
you might not have been comfortable in those seats though, Jerry. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but you remember the seats in Charlottesville and
Yeah.
how they were kind of small?
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
we
the
all
seats-
preferred to stand.
The seats at the Paramount were a little bit smaller.
So it's an older theater. then.
it is. It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
celebrating its 90th anniversary this year. So
Ooh.
Okay, yeah.
Really?
yeah.
oh
That
yeah,
explains
I
it.
didn't know that either.
Did not know that.
But honestly, we were forced to stand a good portion of the concert anyways because everybody else was standing in front of us. So
Right.
it was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the only way to see it. But no, it was good.
Comes
Getting
with the
back out
territory.
some
Yeah.
live music again. I mean, it brought kind of a sense of resemblance to normalcy. Because here in Colorado, they've lifted all the mask mandates.
Mhm.
Because we have brought all the numbers have come crashing down, thankfully.
I saw the recent graph on that, like the immediate
Dude, it's
drop.
like boom.
it's a drastic drop.
yeah.
Oh wow.
So
It's like all time high, all time low.
yeah. Well, and I think that goes to the fact that I think Colorado is like 75% ish, 75-80% fully vaccinated.
There you go.
Yep.
So
Good job,
Nice.
Colorado.
that helps a lot.
Good job, Colorado.
That's a C. That's a C plus.
Yeah.
Right there.
I'll take it.
Compared to other states, that's an A, man.
Very true.
But,
Also
Let us
true.
not talk. Let us not talk.
Hey, that's the
about
curve. That's the curve that's getting you that good grade.
Yeah. So, but with that though, we've got somebody else that's going to be turning another year around the sun in a couple of days, and that's the Beanie one.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
We'll go
that,
in-
that gray's coming in, dude.
Yeah, the
Yes.
salt and pepper's coming in. I'm embracing it. It's okay.
Yeah.
dude, I've been dealing with this for
Yeah,
years.
it's okay. You're more distinguished.
I like to say I blame mine on Theo and I's buddy Scott because I had to work with him for so long. That a lot of
No,
it is
I don't know if
because
we
of
can
him.
fully
Those
blame
love it.
him because I would be completely like way all gray, maybe border on white.
But you don't really grow any hair anyways. So
That's true. That's very true.
I mean,
we
um,
just stick to the roots. The ends will end up.
and then
Uh,
also too is here in a couple weeks, and this is why this whole week's been kind of busy and stuff like that. Is our friend Theo and Jerry, our friend Brittany flew in for the week to spend time with my wife. They haven't seen each other in almost a year, so they can get into some shenanigans and trouble, which they are. Which she's probably not watching this broadcast, so I can get away with it. It's been TikTok.
I was just
filming
about to
some
say,
TikToks.
yeah, that's it.
probably
I was
some
exact-
TikToks
I was
right
gonna say
now.
that's the exact same. They're probably making a TikTok
But,
right now.
I would laugh
She
if they
is-
end up with the idea of like crashing in and filming a TikTok with you in the background.
I shot that down.
That would be funny.
Good call.
I shot it down.
Yep. Good call.
Because there's some other things in play in the background that I don't want to be impacted in any way, shape, or form. So I told him not this time. Next
Very
time
funny.
maybe. But no, but also Brittany's gonna be turning her trip around the sun is in a couple weeks as well. So it was kind of like gonna be that big kind of my wife's birthday was right before Christmas, then mine, Jerry's, and then Brittany's. So it was supposed to be if Jerry actually got the time off, it's supposed to be a 4 birthday party week. So
yeah. But I have a big boy job now, and
right.
vacation has to be scheduled. So I had to
So,
learn.
yep.
I learned that the hard way. Couldn't get the days.
Yeah. And
Other people
furthermore,
had 'em.
going forward, just make sure you put it in like right away. Start
Oh,
figuring
yeah,
out
yeah.
what those timings are because
Yeah.
that's not fun for anybody.
Now,
So
now it's second nature. I know how to do it. Like I did it today. Got my days for Comic-Con.
I mean, at least
Which-
that's what 5
well-
months away from now.
Oh my! Oh,
I
don't-
guess my
I can't
my
wait.
my wife missed the speech because there she is in the chat going with her customary hello
Ugh.
for Gerard.
Yeah.
So
Ugh. Yeah.
but yeah, so how's everyone else's week been?
Mine's actually short this week, which was nice.
That's
Because you had Monday off.
And I'm taking tomorrow off.
What are you taking tomorrow off for?
Jeez.
Because I
Oh.
felt like it.
See,
There
nice.
you go.
I like
3-day
it.
weekend.
I like it,
starting
bro.
off.
After all the annoying crap that I've been dealing with at work, I decided like I deserve a day off just for me.
Nice,
So I
bro.
took it.
No, you do you. You know what?
You do you, boo.
You just need that mental health thing.
What do you-
you know what? I did it once.
Theo, what are you
Felt
doing tomorrow
great.
night then?
Tomorrow night.
Yes, evening for like dinner time.
I don't know.
You need to make a trip on up here.
I do owe you your birthday gift.
Yeah, and we're going to Bojo's.
It's been a long time since I've been to Bojo's.
We're going to Bojo's
Ooh,
tomorrow
There's a
night.
Bojo's in Longmont?
Yes, there is.
Ah.
All right, so I'm gonna ask the elephant in the room
Yeah, no,
question. What is
What the hell?
Bojo's?
Bojo's.
Bro, we even
Bro.
talked about Bojo's on this
Yeah, we
podcast
did.
before.
What
I
is a
guarantee you.
Bojo?
Really?
It's been
It
talked
is a
about.
pizza joint. It is a Colorado delicacy.
Has even been on Man versus Food when that was still a
Yes.
thing.
So it is
Okay.
one of those ones. It's just the way the crust is, and you can dip it in honey.
How
And-
we
So
not
if you
gone
have
there when
if you
I
have New
visited,
York
like-
pizza, you have Chicago style pizza. Bojo's is Colorado pizza.
Yep.
Okay, I like it. I'm down. I will try this.
Yes.
Well,
that
get
needs
your
to happen.
butt on a plane,
Yeah.
and I'll pick you up at the airport tomorrow.
Well, believe me, I would love to.
Colin's
Right.
sick. I think Jerry's kind of
I mean, you can
feeling
work
well.
remote, right? Still, you just,
Actually, yeah,
just log
yeah,
in
I could.
VPN. You got this.
Yeah, that is true. I can.
Jason's encouraging them to actually crash game night tonight. This is the way things are going down tonight. So yeah. So for folks for episode
I mean-
164, anything could possibly happen because
Man,
my wife and her best friend are
164.
right down the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, 164, right?
Yeah, we were just
Damn.
talking about that. We were
But-
going through some of the older episodes, and
Dude, it was
Yeah,
like, was that
just-
really that long ago?
yeah, man, it's so crazy.
Yeah, it's been insane. So Jason, how's your week been?
Oh, you
Yeah,
know,
how's the Costco life?
Oh, Costco life is still Costco life.
Yeah.
We did have quite a sale for a few items, and they all sold out, which I was able to grab a few. Thank goodness.
Oh, nice.
But it's the same old, same old. Nothing new, nothing exciting. There they are.
I told you it was gonna happen.
Oh, there they
There
are.
See?
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
look. And then this one.
Oh, and
Hey.
it's the whole
Look at that! Look
family.
at that whole
Yep.
that crash right there. All that crashing.
All
It
right.
looked like a puppy. I thought Theo got a puppy. I got excited.
I
Well,
do have a
it's-
puppy.
it's
It is a puppy.
I know, but I thought it was a little one, like a new one.
Oh, okay. No, she's just far away.
Love it. I love it.
All right.
I love it. I love
So-
it.
Bye, guys.
For the folks watching at home, that was my wife and her best friend, and we all know Cody. He crashes every once.
Oh,
in a
yeah.
while. So
Yeah, full
Um,
family crash.
I blame Jason for that.
Oh, blame me all
he
you want. Blame me
instigated.
all you want.
Nice.
I mean, at least they didn't
So-
come in and like break out a TikTok dance or something.
That would have been.
Don't-
That actually
oh,
would have
do
been
not,
pretty
do
funny.
not enc-
Actually, that would have been
encourage
pretty good.
That would have been hilarious.
That
Like
would've
just
been pretty
blast
funny.
in
However, I
with
mean,
a
I
Bluetooth
will say
speaker
this.
and have that background noise and just do the dance behind
No,
him.
because then we get tagged with the media rights stuff.
Oh yeah.
Do we for those
yeah,
things?
yes,
that's true.
Music
Yeah.
on air that is
Yeah.
not DMCA free. We get tagged for it, and they potentially pull our stuff. So no. Anyways, since Jason was kind of talking, so what about Costco life now? we'll pull up.
It's just the same, like.
I mean,
nothing
Jason
new,
can only
nothing
blame
the same.
himself for causing that distraction.
No,
So-
Exactly.
It was well worth
Yeah.
it. It was well worth it. Well worth
It is our shenanigans.
You know,
It's kind of in the name.
yeah. No, it's the same old, nothing new, nothing exciting. It's,
Okay.
same.
Oh my lord. Okay.
Yes.
Good, good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, man.
we get-
He's gonna lock that door now.
Yeah, he's gonna lock that door now.
Yeah.
That's
No, it's
funny.
because she was singing it. We couldn't quite hear it, but she was
Yes.
singing the
Yeah.
song.
yeah, I caught it just in time. Yeah, they were actually singing in the background. So I would not like to have our episodes taken down. And having that strike because we've been very, very good. And we all know that with Twitch, if you get X amount of strikes, they could actually end the channel. So,
Oof.
Ew.
Oh, okay.
Ew.
same with YouTube. YouTube, you get enough strikes over there too, they'll kill the channel over there. So yeah, she says we don't do anything fun, but blame Twitch for that. Blame the artists. Anyways, so
I blame
let's,
torrents for that one. That's why.
right. Well, all right. So let's talk Uncharted. Came out this
So good.
last weekend.
Jared, did you
It's
see it yet?
it's getting hit.
By critics, though.
By
Yeah.
It's
critics.
getting hit by critics, but audience is loving it.
Audiences are
Audiences are loving Tom Holland. The movie, a lot of people are like, dude, they plucked a lot from the games, but it's but the at least the highlight is that it is a prequel. So
But have you seen it?
no, I haven't seen it. I'm
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna see it this weekend.
Jason, have you seen it?
No.
I was very hesitant. I was very scared. But
I want
from what Matt told me and from what a couple other people told me, at least in hindsight, it's a prequel. So I'll definitely give it a chance. But
so
from
let's talk. Hold on, let's
Kind
talk
of a
about this,
prequel,
right?
Not really.
I just
though.
pulled up Rotten Tomatoes. Okay.
Okay.
So yes, it's got a 40% on the critics mark, but
Oh, bam.
let's hold on. Let's preface that with that pretty much every video game movie that's come out, the critics have all knocked them.
True.
yeah,
Fair,
You know?
yeah.
they knocked the
all-
original Star Wars
Yeah.
trilogy.
The audience score is a 90%.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Once again,
like we're saying-
Tom Holland is very popular.
Yeah. That is true.
I
too.
mean, his shirt
Like-
is off in the movie, so I guess
That
that
is
kind of
true,
contributes
you
to
know.
it.
yeah.
I think
And
the
then
only
if Mark took his shirt off,
Yeah.
I'm sure it would skyrocket too.
And that's the other thing. You like that was the other real like mishap in the movie was I keep hearing Mark Wahlberg was just so out of place, but he has his own standalone fandom. So that
Mhm.
also brought in numbers. Like I'm
I-
not surprised it's doing very well because of the two names. And it probably is a really good adventure movie, but to the core of it, to the core of it, and Nathan Drake, because this is one of my favorite franchises. One of
Yeah.
our favorite franchises, Matt and I.
Aw. Hey,
To
now
core of it now does I'm
don't
sorry,
be leaving me out here, son.
Theo, you too. That's right.
I know I haven't fully earned it because I haven't finished 4, but I still hold the
came-
right for
yeah,
it.
That's true. No, totally. But the thing is like to the core of the movie, from what I hear from like people who really care about the franchise and other YouTube reviewers, are like it's missing the beat. It's missing it, but it's still like an adventurous, good movie that's well done. But it's missing from the video.
I think as soon as you see it, you will change your
Yeah.
mind.
you'll change your mind.
I honestly believe you will change your mind. Like
I'm going in.
you'll
a
go
little-
in with that expectation that you feel like it's not going to hit that mark, but be prepared that that mark is going to hit differently for you.
Correct.
Okay.
That mark is going to
It-
hit differently.
And thing is, for me, I went into it expecting nothing because of
Complete
it's been
crap.
it's complete crap. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
and that's no disrespect to Tom Holland and Sony and all that. It's just it's been mired in such like bad press and everything. They've lost. This was what their fourth director. You
Mhm.
know, it was supposed to happen 6 years ago.
How many writers have they already gone
How
through?
many?
too?
You know, how many
Yeah.
writers exactly? Overall, it is Uncharted, and it does it borrow from some of the games? Absolutely, it does. But I think that
Sure.
is more. I think that is more for the fans of the series to kind of say, "Hey, we're giving you these nods to what we're setting up with the story," and then
Okay, see, that makes me more hopeful.
it's
Yeah.
just not. It's like
Okay.
yes, okay. It's been on all the advertisements, right? Nathan Drake falling out of the plane with the cargo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's borrowed from 3. Okay, we all know that. You know, there's elements from 1, there's elements from 2, there's it's part of the story from 4. You know,
Part of Lost Legacy.
Lost Legacy. You know, it's mixed all of it together in a way that it's still the globe-trotting Nathan Drake adventure that you show up in a location. Well, guess what? It's not here. It's in another. It's in another location. So they got to keep on moving. You've got the villains, classic Uncharted villains. It's just
Mhm.
my only thing I would knock with it is that Mark Wahlberg seemed miscast as Sully. He did all right, and by the end, if you stay and watch, you got to watch through the end of the two post credits. He does come into his own as Sully, and I think one of the big things with the Uncharted series is that Sully and Nate have always played really, really well off of each other.
And that's one of the other things I keep hearing about the movie is that
Tom and Mark
I heard they have good chemistry.
Incredible chemistry. So I think if you go in with the expectation is you are going to get Uncharted and a nod to it in terms of a typical Uncharted story, which frankly, all of us can admit can be pretty outlandish sometimes with what Nathan gets into. You're fine. Don't go in expecting this to be hardcore, die hard to the games.
No, but the way they were showing it was okay. Is the direction already at the games? That's what I was worried about. But this sounds like they're starting kind of their own kind of like movie Uncharted universe.
Yep,
totally fine. I'm totally with that.
Paid homage for a start, and they could probably go off the rails on the next one.
Now I'm even more
completely off game and just kind of set the premise of the characters.
We all got a nice surprise in the middle of the movie too.
Yes, it's a very good surprise. I love that.
Very good scene.
There's some minor Easter eggs. I'm sure I've missed many Easter eggs. But we did catch a few.
I'm more hopeful now. I really am.
Cool. Drake's theme is in the movie. It makes an appearance a couple of different times, and you actually see. You finally get to see. We all know what Drake's outfits have been through the games, and you actually get to see him starting to evolve those outfits and become the Drake in image that we know. The tan cargo pants.
I was never against Tom Holland being Nathan Drake. And the fact that he's kind of a younger Nathan Drake, and from what I heard, this is how he met Sully in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool.
He makes a he was a perfect.
I'm totally now I'm way more hopeful.
Younger Nathan Drake. He was perfect.
I would say for both Mark and Tom that there probably was some room for improvement in certain aspects, and that might have been under the direction as well. I think I want to watch some interviews with Mark, because I wonder if Mark kind of had some issues with pressure on comparison to the game, because it to a certain extent Mark was not Mark throughout the movie. Because when I see Mark, I think of Italian Job,
like
and all that stuff.
He always brings his
wasn't
suave,
quite there.
He was
in his
in
delivery.
some areas. Okay, in some areas with some of his delivery, he was more Daddy's Home.
Yeah, a little bit. It just
not the
it
other
didn't
guys?
seem. It didn't
Trying
seem
to be-
he was comfortable in
trying to
doing
be
his
more-
thing.
But also, Chu is more trying to deliver a little bit more on the comedy side.
A little bit, yeah.
Where
and I would have wanted more of the the wise man side that we've seen from Mark, that how he delivers those really good advice lines, and I would have wanted that from him.
Because that's the funny thing about those two characters, and I think that's why they're so beloved too. Is they're tough characters. Nathan Drake, you got to be suave, but you also have to be witty and a little sarcastic. And Sully, he's very funny, but sarcastic funny, and that's hard to hard to deliver.
Funny that you list those out, because Tom hit 2 of those 3. He just wasn't suave. He was witty,
and you know what,
funny, but he wasn't suave.
He can grow into in if this is going to be a franchise.
I mean, if you
further movies that you can grow into that, and you can learn that
when you play Golden Abyss,
get more confidence, and when you learn more of the character, when you're more comfortable with the character, it changes the walk and all that. So,
but when you go back to Golden Abyss though, on the Vita, he doesn't have the same suaveness, so to speak, that he does in Drake's
he's
Fortune.
pretty awkward in Golden
He's kind of
Abyss.
awkward in Golden Abyss. So ultimately they're making their own universe with it. They've nodded to the original, and along the way they collected $100 million for opening weekend.
Is that globally or just the nation?
Globally.
Okay.
Which
I
honestly,
heard it was opening weekend for US was 42 million.
Yeah, it ended up being 50 by the time everything was said and done.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
And when we're talking about was in some areas we're still pandemic life. So some theaters still aren't open, even across the world, pandemic life, especially UK and stuff like that. So honestly,
Do you think it
I
would
think
have done
it's-
better if it had like done the HBO Max thing and released same day, or no?
No, because I think this one needed to be on the big screen. I
Yeah.
really do.
I agree.
Um,
Especially with the two names attached to it. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
they wouldn't go for that. And then on top of like the momentum Holland has from Spider-Man,
Yep.
that would be a poor choice.
But I think also for the
like,
set
no way.
pieces,
Put them in the theaters. Yeah.
I think for the set pieces and some of the different things that they do for the puzzles and stuff that they got to solve, seeing them on the big screen actually makes you appreciate it more. Like we're used to playing it on the game, right? And that type
Mhm.
of a scale. You put the movie on that scale onto a small
you
screen
get to see it.
at
Yeah.
home. You're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
miss out on some of those, and unless you're really paying attention, you may miss one of those first Easter eggs, Theo, that you pointed out to me right in the very beginning of the movie. So, overall, highly recommend going to see it in the theater. I loved
Yes.
it. I personally, as much, I mean, me being the Uncharted fan that I am, but I might actually go see it again if I've got the time.
I am
whatever,
going to
and-
go see it again this weekend with my family, who's
Nice.
never played or seen anything about it. So I will get to see the reactions of
And
somebody that
You got to
going
tell us
in
their
knowing
reactions.
nothing.
I want to know
Yeah.
the reaction to that and how they
Yeah.
actually thought about it,
Yeah,
because
me
like
too.
the one thing in our theater when we talked about what happened in the middle of the movie, getting that nice little Easter egg and stuff like that, is like, yes, I whooped and I clapped because of what it was. The rest of the theater was like,
It was very quiet.
it was quite like they didn't know what it
Wow.
represented. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see Theo to see what their point of view is.
I have one feeling that knowing my dad for sure, that he'll probably point out is that the villains, and I agree, even the critics I believe agree, the villains were rather lackluster. I think they were very underdeveloped, and they could have done a little bit better on the villains.
And I think, honestly, because I pointed this out, right? I think that with Antonio Banderas, he's
Mm.
the pseudo Rafe
Yeah,
of the movie,
Okay.
paying homage to the Uncharted 4 villain. And then I think that with that also is Joe is kind of like that Nadine
Mhm.
in a way.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting, see how that goes. But this is movie one. Now that they got their feet under them and it's making money, so we know there's going to be a
Mhm.
sequel for it.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't even have to ask. I mean, we've had our discussion last week.
Oh, it was. Yeah, we already knew it was already going to.
There's already going to be 3
Yeah.
movies
Yeah.
attached to it and a spin-off. Like,
So,
I don't want to spin off.
there is going to be a spin-off.
well, I would give me Chloe.
Mm.
It could
Chloe
be.
as a spinoff.
Could be.
As
Could be.
they have
I
to
don't
they
know.
have to develop her better though, because this was her introduction, right? So they got to develop her in a second movie, maybe a third, before they think about spinning it off. But I think Chloe having her own movie, kind of like
It's the only one that makes sense, but at the same time,
Lost
too,
Legacy.
again, who knows? Who knows? All I know is that it's going to be 3 movies, a spin-off. Calling it right now.
I'll be okay. With
Okay.
that.
Okay.
24, 22.
Honestly, I agree.
So
I agree.
I'm
as
keeping
well.
hopes out that it just sticks to a trilogy. That's where I'm at.
Trilogy
Jerry,
and
my
hopes there.
a spin-off.
Jerry, you going to be going to pick up your copy of Elden Ring tomorrow?
Actually, I'm going tonight.
You're going tonight.
I've been
Yeah.
hearing that's like phenomenal reviews so
So
far.
here's my
dude.
problem I have with it. Right, is you have
I
everybody.
still know nothing about it.
You have,
Don't worry, Theo, I am
Everybody-
not going to pick this up. So
you have everybody review bombing Horizon, right?
Really?
Which yes,
Really?
yeah, oh
Yeah.
Really? I've been
Horizon
loving it
has been
so
getting-
far.
Horizon is getting review bombed like hardcore. Like
Why?
people are
Like I've been enjoying the mechanics and everything, and the pace
it's
so
but
much
it's-
better than the first one so far. At
Oh,
least
yeah.
what
Well, no,
I
it's-
experienced.
it's people just going out of the way to give those negative reviews, like we've seen in the past. Right, they're literally review bombing it.
Trolls, go under a bridge
But-
and get off the internet.
But everyone's singing the praises of
that's
Elden
so
Rings
un-
because it's from software. It's like
No, but the thing is like it's had momentum it's kept its momentum for the entire year since they announced it. They did diary like videos. They did.
Here's my problem,
the
though, is-
demo was like almost an hour long.
So here's
Um,
my problem with the reviews, though, is that, and it's come out on Twitter. I've seen different people that got review copies of it. Like all these reviewers got together in their own little text group to share strategies and everything. So like they're reviewing it, but as a collective, right?
Well,
So it's not like
yeah,
They're
Jared-
not even
they're
really
also
thinking
probably
for
getting-
themselves.
but they're also probably getting paid.
Yeah, well, who knows?
So-
But here's the other big thing I have with it is, and just to prep you for this, Jerry, is it did come out that you cannot pause the game.
What?
Okay.
For Elden Ring?
Elden Ring cannot, because I guess from what it looks like is it has an online component to it, similar to like a Destiny in some ways,
Oh.
or a Division. You can't pause it. So
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
if something happened, like if you have duck behind cover for something and all of a sudden you got to leave the room for a minute,
You're gonna
anything
die.
and everything will
Yeah.
and potentially could happen. So
Yeah, but in this one you can't lose
I-
your stuff. You can lose certain kind of like points, but you can go and get them back.
here's my problem. I mean, we're at the
Mhm.
point where we need to have accessibility, right? And when you look at people that need, with disabilities, right? So they have issues with their hands or whatever, right? Like say they need to take a break for whatever reason, they can't.
Mhm.
They can't just pause it, set the controller down for a minute, stretch or whatever they need to do, and I think we're at that stage where we really need to be taking into consideration like that type of a thing. That's the whole reason I don't play online multiplayer games anymore. I won't play Division anymore. I can't play Destiny Destiny just evolved so much that it's hard to go back to. But when you have kids, right?
It's evolved a lot,
Well, yeah,
especially
But
with
when
this release.
but when you have kids and family, it makes it very, very hard to enjoy those games because you can't pause them, go take care of the kids, come back and pick right back up and enjoy it. You're constantly having to worry about what's going on. So hopefully though, Jerry, and I'm interested to see where you're at when you get it and actually play it and see what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously followed the game studio. These are the same makers of Dark Souls.
It's Dark Souls.
Yeah, Sekiro. And this is the game that like this is the game of the culmination of all those games, like, and those game engines and like tactics put together. And from what I hear, the difficulty can be Sekiro level,
Dark Souls-esque.
and Dark Souls-esque, depending on the character you choose, but also there are difficulties from what I hear.
Yeah.
And but in like normal stance, it's really meant for you to like venture off, go on an adventure, build up your character and fight, and it's doable.
Yeah.
You can do it on your own, but not to the point of Sekiro.
Mhm.
But the online, the other component, the online component, is the co-op component, which is why I'm not surprised that it's consistently online, because no matter what, if you like tell a friend like, hey, join my session, they can just pop in with their character
Mhm.
and help you.
Okay, so that is very Destiny-esque.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. And yeah, we'll see. I'll give it a try. I'll give Horizon a rest probably sometime this weekend and like
What a liar.
do the tutorial, but then I'll go back to Horizon.
I'm about to say.
Yeah.
About
Yeah.
to say. Get
Oh
outta
no,
here.
no, I'm like, oh no, Horizon is too good, bro. And it's beautiful. Like, man, the detail.
Mhm.
It's just
Which-
fast. It's beautiful. And the weather mechanics are insane. Like, yeah, dude.
I haven't come across any weather mechanics.
We'll
so far.
talk
I haven't
about
gone
that
very
here in
far in.
Oh, the moment you get like into the Forbidden West area and you find your first camp, you can take a seat and you can actually like go by time, and you
Oh.
can see that like time change from dark to night. Dude, it looks
Mhm.
beautiful.
So we'll talk about that here in a second because we've all kind
Yeah.
of been playing it and whatnot. So, Jason, you know what time it is?
No.
Oh!
Wait. Isn't it
Let me
only
get
a
Jason
little
a pad.
early? A
No,
little early?
no.
No way.
Oh,
Today's the 24th.
Oh,
sir.
sweet.
Let
28th is on
go.
Monday.
I
So here is
Let's go.
the Xbox games with gold for March.
Tree Power Soccer. Really? $30? Really?
The Flame and the Flood,
Good.
Street
Lord.
Power Soccer,
$20.
Sacred
That's
2,
amazing.
and SpongeBob.
Even SpongeBob, $20.
And even to think $20 for SpongeBob.
I don't know about that.
We've said this before. Just stop.
Damn.
Xbox, just stop.
Dude, next
This one's kind of a
even
doozy,
where
bro.
Street Power Soccer is more than SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I would at least give
So,
the SpongeBob
like,
the most
don't
because
get
for
it.
I
popularity.
understand that indie games, like they try to like maintain their price.
But
I
Jason, come on,
understand.
man. That's a gimme.
I
That's a gimme.
understand
though.
that.
Come on, bro.
Come on, Xbox. What just stop. Just
Damn.
stop doing this. End it.
Yeah.
And just go 100% Game
Yeah.
Pass. Don't give me this junk.
Yep.
Damn,
Like,
dude.
All
right.
Like if
So-
you could find somebody that would buy Street Power Soccer for $30, like I have an old TV that I need to get rid of.
Let's look at PlayStation. Let's just
Please, we need a.
So the three
Yes,
official games
Ghost Runner.
are Ghost Runner, Ark
Sweet.
Survival Evolved, and Team Sonic Racing. And the bonus game is Ghost of Tsushima Legends.
Oh,
That's
dang.
awesome.
Dang. Dude, this is like
See, that's awesome. Look at that.
this is what
That's
you need.
so
because
worth it.
One,
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima Legends means that you have to get Ghost of Tsushima. So it's like that's a big.
Oh, no, you
brain
can-
move
No,
on
you
that.
can play. It's
Play the online.
Yeah. So the way this
Only
works
the online?
is
Yeah, it's only the online.
it's only
Okay,
online.
Okay.
Ghost of Tsushima Legends, the way it worked is if you had Ghost of Tsushima and you had pre-ordered the DLC, you got Legends for free. For anybody that did not have Ghost of Tsushima at all, you basically had to pay for it. So basically, they're just tossing it in as a freebie for the month.
Okay. 'Cause but it still is gonna make you think like, hey, I like Ghost of Tsushima Legends.
Yeah.
Let me pick up.
Oh,
the
yeah.
OG game.
I'm gonna
Oh
pick-
yeah,
Oh,
it-
yeah,
it-
yeah.
It feeds
Mhm.
into that like, let me tickle you this way.
but then
Not
you look
like
at this.
Not
you
like
look at
this.
Not like
Like
this.
I will give you like maybe one of those to be okay, and we can be like, hey, and look
We're
at it,
being
like,
that's generous, dude. That's
no,
real
just-
generous.
just-
Dude, those are all bad.
It's all bad.
That's all
Like,
Let's
bad.
just this is how bad I think it is. We're just not going to look at that anymore. Anyways, so along with that too is PlayStation showed off the VR2.
Ooh.
So
I like.
yeah, it's a little bit of a redesign.
little
you know,
Bad,
redesign.
not
look
bad.
At, look at
I
a
like
little
the
Ready Player
redesign.
One-ish.
Yeah.
So there's a side view of your controllers and headset and stuff. And to Jason's point, yeah, it's a little Ready Player One-ish.
No.
Yeah.
So-
Sweet, yo.
Yeah. So with that, let's kind of talk about a couple of things with the PlayStation. Is that one, this came out this week, and I'm just going to put this up there for Jerry to just kind of sink in a little so he understands this. And Jason, since we talk about exclusives all the time,
Exclusives.
Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine are going to be PS5 exclusives.
Oh,
Dang.
snap.
Nice.
Awesome.
So the fine folks at
That's big.
Insomniac tweeted out, granted this is, 9/9,
Nice.
we missed this one, but it kind of resurfaced again this week and talking about exclusives and stuff like that by people. So Spider-Man 2, Wolverine will be exclusives.
Wow.
I think the reason with it resurfacing too is the fact is you've got, so much talk about, PlayStation 4 still being produced till the end of the year. And, things like that. It's going to be a lot more PS4s in the environment.
Yeah.
Do you say keep something like that? And at least with Spider-Man 2 being
Both platforms.
both on PS5, I mean, do you keep Spider-Man 2 on both platforms and kind of drive sales in both situations? Or at this point, by the time they both come out, we're looking
I say they're both going
You're
to
at the
be.
end of the cycle. You're at the end of the.
I'm guessing
I say they're both going to
2020
be exclusive
Well,
to
I
PS5.
think Spidey 2. Well, I was looking in terms of release date. I think Spidey 2 comes out next year because they've been able to shift. They shifted over to that
And
early.
Wolverine's going to be even
Wolverine,
longer.
I'm gonna say 24, 25, give or take.
Really?
Probably 24. I'm gonna
Wow.
probably say latter part.
Really,
of 20
that long?
I don't think
Yeah.
it'll be that long.
Maybe.
I'd say end of 23.
Maybe.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Maybe end of 23,
Yeah,
early
holiday
early
23.
24. I
Does
think.
Insomniac have more on their plate right now?
Well,
Well-
there's rumor of resistance too.
Yeah.
That
But
they'll
they're
take
working
their
on
time on that
Spider-Man
one.
right.
That's-
They're working
they'll
on
take
Spider-Man
forever.
and Wolverine right now.
You
But
got Spidey 2 and
Spider-Man's
Wolverine.
getting
Um,
finished.
So, yeah, I think Wolverine is still 24 though. I really do.
I'm kind of leaning more towards there too.
Holiday.
Yeah.
I'm thinking holiday 23.
Really?
I'll
Holiday.
give you potential for holiday 23.
Yeah.
I think that's where you more see Spider-Man.
See, I was thinking we're gonna get a trailer, like a full-fledged like gameplay trailer.
Well,
yeah, holiday for Wolverine.
No, because we got teasers already.
Yeah, there's teasers.
So-
Yeah, but those are like the
They're either
one,
cinematic.
the 1 minute
Like,
teasers.
not
That's
actual-
like
not
yeah.
actual gameplay footage.
yeah.
Or not.
Next to come out is another teaser before the actual trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they're still far off. So yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Matt on that one.
So let's talk Forbidden West. Jason, let me preface this. Have you actually fired it up and played it?
Me, no. Wife, she has gotten moderately okay far.
Nice.
Like,
Okay.
I'll just peek in and be like, she'll be playing, or I'll wake up before I have to go to work and she'll be playing, and I'm like, oh man.
Can I just say just how ridiculous this game is right now? Because
Sure. I mean, like,
well, no, it's the fact is you walk in one area, you clear it out, and then all of a sudden, hey, here's another question mark. Oh, look, there's another question mark down
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Hey, look,
not
there's
even
another
like
over
you
there.
clear it out. There's like
Um,
she's been saying that, like,
That's not really
It has
that
not-
far different from Zero Dawn either, though.
yeah, not at all. Well,
But I would say it's way more vast and
this
you have a
this one
lot
is
more
just
to do.
nonstop,
Yeah.
Yeah.
nonstop squirrel. Like,
I love it. I
I
like
would
it's
die.
I love
fun.
it. I have almost 20 hours into the game right now, and I just cleared out the first rebel camp after the
Oh,
embassy.
God, how far.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm still working up towards
I'm
the
that far.
embassy.
And
I'm
I know
pretty
where
much that
Theo,
far.
I know Theo's, pain too, because I just got done doing all that stuff. There's so much to do and just in the first area.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got my first blue weapon.
Oh, sweet.
I have 4 of my armors completely maxed out in
Yeah,
terms
okay.
of
So
levels.
you need to move
Um,
along.
Dude, no. I'm
Progress,
doing
sir,
I'm grabbing
progress.
everything. I'm grabbing everything. Now here's my question is what build are you guys going with?
What do you mean?
There's
so
like,
are you-
there's like
so
6 paths that
There's
you can
6
choose.
different there's that too.
Oh, skill
which-
trees?
This
There's
Oh,
the skill
skill
trees,
trees?
but there's also the
Oh, okay.
armors too. Like there's like 6 different types of armor, based
I
on
haven't
what you want to
gotten that
go
far.
with. How many?
I mean, I have I only have 3 pieces of armor, but I'm still just sticking with the one you were given at the beginning of the game, and I just upgraded that. That's been doing just fine for me now.
I haven't gotten any new armor.
Oh really? Oh
Yep.
damn.
You might want to go finish off some of those question marks, sir.
Got a hunter bow, my standard bow. I've just upgraded. I've mostly been just trying to upgrade my character.
I have gone full
Mm.
stealth. Like
I'm
I've
pretty
been
much-
mainly doing
I'm
infiltrator
stealth.
too. I've
Yeah,
been
I'm-
mainly doing infiltrator.
I'm stealth, but I
The
have
cloak
more...
skill is very fun.
oh yes,
I
it
gotta
is.
do that. But I've actually been more
Especially-
hunter. I've been more of a hunter.
Hunter.
Oh,
When it-
okay.
When
Yeah.
it comes to that cloak, man, if you are in the middle of a dogfight essentially and you are getting attacked, it is so much fun to drop that cloak and you disappear.
Yep.
And the
Yeah.
machines are like, where'd he
Wait,
go?
See,
know?
right now,
Um,
like because I want to explore, my build's more like hunter, like melee and health.
Okay.
Just so I can explore, and then like I'm trying to get as far down in hunter because like the more ammo you can shoot at once, because you can shoot like 3 arrows at once.
Yeah.
And variations of that. That'll help me like scramble and run, because right now
Mhm.
I'm just trying to explore. I think further down in the game, like further into the game,
Dude,
stealth is going to become like number one.
Really big.
Where I'm gonna,
Infiltrator,
like, yeah. Then I'll
running that.
focus on infiltrator.
I have.
Are you
18
focusing everything on infiltrator? Because like I'm at that point where I've gotten
I've
the
spaced it all out.
one skill point skills, and I was debating on like maybe I want to put in some hunter, or should I stock up for the 3-point skills?
So
on
what I've been
Infiltrator?
doing is, because you get so many skill points as you move along in the game, right?
Yeah.
So what I've been doing is I would buy like the 3-point, and then take my 1 point and drop it into whatever the hunter one is, where you get your combos.
That's
your
that's
spear.
kind of what I've
That's
been
what
doing.
I was kind of doing.
But
Or
the
wanting to
build
do, at least.
I've gone with is I have 18. No, I have 20 of 27 in infiltrator done.
Dang. All right.
Like,
Oh, nice.
All I
okay.
gotta do
So
is
you've been
level
all
up the
in
middle. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I've got some of the hunters, so I have my combos. Like I have the shield breaker and all that. So you do like the
Okay.
3 R1s and then an R2, or 2 R1s and an R2. But dude, infiltrator is broken when you combine it with the second tier, or the there's like 2
Second
different
skill?
types of there's 2 different types of infiltrator armor, and there's a second
Oh.
one where you get the bonus is you're quieter and stuff like that. So like
Yeah.
that combined
Oh,
with
sweet.
all the different skills and stuff, it's broken. Like is super powerful.
Mm.
Hitting with a spear.
You say
stealth kills.
isn't there
Oh,
like
sweet.
at least 1 or 2 skills in that one that increases your silent strike too?
Increases your silent strike, and then you also get health regen on silent strike kill.
Yeah. Silent strike's my jam.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
I have everything so tuned into infiltrator. I mean, that I played Horizon as stealth,
Mm.
but the
Yeah.
build I'm going with, I still hit for damage with bows and everything like that. Is that when that health regen kicks off, it almost doubles my health
Oh,
on that
sweet.
1 kill. So it's like and to your point, Jerry, the whole melee thing. There's times where I've stealth killed and then didn't realize I wasn't really paying attention that the actual person I had tracked again was actually closer than what I thought it was, and they caught me.
Mm.
And I set off an entire camp, so I had to basically go melee, and that extra stealth regen helps a lot. But
Okay.
Jason's point, though, I love
Sweet.
the fact that they let you have this much of a skill tree from the beginning, right?
Yeah,
Whereas
from the
before you had to wait till certain points of the game to unlock
Yeah.
pieces.
Or you
Yeah.
had to get to a certain degree, and you're just like, okay, how do
Yep.
I want to play this?
I think that's what helps
From
the
the
game
get-go.
feel more vast, because the menus are open. Yeah, like you said,
Mhm.
all the trees are open, because
Yeah, from
depending
the
on what direction you go, if you're not following
Mhm.
the story missions right at the get-go,
Yeah.
you're gonna explore, but you're also gonna hit areas where it's like super high level, where maybe some of those skills are gonna help. So that's what I love about that game. Like
Yeah. I think they did very good with the transition
Yeah.
between Zero Dawn and Forbidden
Oh, yeah.
West. Like they balanced it so well for experienced players and brand new players.
yeah, and the story is
Yep.
already like very, very, like you're already into it, because it feels like
there is a little
you're
bit
going
of you
into the
need to
journey
know.
with it.
There's a little
Yeah.
bit of you need
But
to
they
know.
do
There is.
just they
Very
do
little, but
just enough.
I feel like that's
though.
more for the story
do.
than anything. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they do a good job, though, kind of with that explanation at the very beginning of the game.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of catches you up to speed.
Kind of.
For the
like,
new
it's
players.
brief.
But
It's brief,
very
but-
brief.
here's
but they did it in such a way that it doesn't ruin Zero Dawn, so you can go back and
Correct.
really play it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but again, if you're going for the story, which obviously all of us are, if you don't have that background of everything that's going on with Hades, then you're just like,
correct.
okay, so she's just
Mm.
pretty much been screwed over,
Mhm.
and now we have to find.
But that's
something.
also kind of the brilliance in the writing, because you have to think, they also have to think people are going to buy this without playing the first game. So putting
would
that
you-
together,
would you-
that's also
would you
kind
skip?
of
Would you skip an Uncharted?
no.
Then
Us, no.
why would you skip a Horizon?
But
Actually-
you could though.
In that,
But
in-
you could.
You
with,
could.
with the good writing in Uncharted, you can skip. Just
Yeah,
like I think the writing's
but
really good in
Again, like
the
I
New
say,
Horizon.
you could,
I know people who have.
but but you're not gonna
I
get the
did.
full yeah, you're not gonna get the full like 1, 2, 3 experience.
True, because but people are gonna. But you got to think, people are gonna want to buy it because it's a new game coming out. It's an open world. It's a sequel to another very successful game. People are gonna give it a chance, but
Mm.
you also have to write the story
Yeah.
in order for that. And I think they also do that very well.
No, I mean, don't like I said, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of nods to the previous games.
It does feel
You know.
brief, but the thing is,
But I think
so,
in this,
I think that's
in
where they
this-
compromise.
I mean, again, that's all I'm putting out as.
I'm joining Jason's camp on this one. And
Kid, Matt, if you like, for example, if you knew all the stuff that you knew, you know.
Oh yeah, I'm in
It
total
makes-
agreement
it
that
makes-
you need that detail in the
miss.
story to really know the emotion behind everything. But I still
that's
feel
a-
like
yeah.
with how they introduced the story and gave a brief
Yeah.
setup, you got the highlights that you,
get the
needed
highlights,
in order
yeah, you get the spark notes.
that you needed in order to proceed, but
But I
not
think
the
it-
full experience.
I think at the same point though, like what Jason's talking about is like, you don't understand really what Hades is all about at this
Right.
point. With their
You just know it's
overview,
something that like
And
was
nor
something
do
that-
you know
or-
the hardships that Aloy's gone through the entire
correct.
game.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're
Or-
you're loved in this game and you don't know what she went through in order to get into that.
and also why she is kind of like the whole, hey, I'm just Aloy. You
Yeah,
know, you
like
don't
just kind
understand
of
that
like
piece.
stop
You don't
praising
understand
me.
that. You don't understand that relationship with Sun King,
Right.
you know, and what some of those references are, and some of these other characters that just show up, right? That if you didn't play the first one, you don't really know who they are or what the relevance
Right.
is to Aloy.
But
So
it's
with
also
Jason-
And I mean,
still
and-
it's also still a separate journey that's gonna help those people that haven't
yeah.
played it before.
So
And it honestly, honestly, I totally agree, but it's a business compromise that, you know, in hindsight, it's got to make money.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course,
and,
of
and
course.
that's why I
This
think they
is-
did it well enough to where that
That's why I agree. I
it
think so too.
fills that need that you need in order to get into the
Yeah.
game. But
I
then
still think
will
it's brief,
definitely
but I
entice
get it.
people to
Oh.
play Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, this is if they could have named it Horizon Part 2, that would have been like, you know, the exact same thing. You know, and it's a continuation.
Oh god, I can't imagine anybody jumping into Last of Us Part 2 and not playing Part 1.
Exactly. So,
but
but
there were
I mean,
people that did.
That
Yeah.
That's the thing is there was
People
people that
did.
did.
that's
people
that's
did
what,
do
that's
that,
my point that I'm
and-
trying to convey.
and
to
I was
you
glad
guys.
you guys did not
People
allow
did.
me to, because I was very close to, but I did
Oh
not.
yeah.
But see,
I
that's
think
what I'm
with any
saying
of
to you.
these,
That's what I'm saying. That's my point that I'm trying to get with
All right.
Horizon.
I agree with you.
I mean, you can just go straight in and just be like, you know what, let's go. I have a PS5
it-
now.
it-
I can like play it.
In the
Cool
defense
beans.
of Last of Us Part 2, it was definitely written in a way that you would not know what the hell's going on, period, if you didn't play the first part.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
that is definitely our recommendation. Play
Okay.
the first, then play this one.
Oh,
Dude, I will say
of
this though,
course.
the time of day effects, holy crap.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Is
yes,
the time
it's
of day
everything,
effects
like, I
play
mean, even
into the
the
game
small-
for anything particular? Because it doesn't. Because the only
Very
thing that
little, very little.
comes to my mind
Very
is
little.
yeah.
Pokemon Arceus, because that causes
No
all
machine,
sorts
no
of
new
quests and
different
stuff.
machines
Okay.
come out or anything. It's just honestly like in the darkness though, especially with how vast this area is, and it's more like the desert we're in, which is pretty much it's Arizona and Nevada.
It's-
But then you're in
It's-
like
it's Utah.
forest,
It's
snow
Utah.
area. Yeah, like Utah.
no, it's Utah because there is a sign that says Zion Park.
Oh no way. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Well,
So
but the
if
thing
you
is
look
though,
at
the outer edge of Zero Dawn is Utah. It's Colorado, Utah,
Yeah,
in Wyoming.
'cause there
but
is
Oh.
further into the game, it's San Francisco because that's what they were
Yes.
like.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the Forbidden
Yeah,
West,
'cause-
sir.
yeah.
But
Man,
just
Where
the
they
that's,
start off.
that's so
Spoiler,
crazy.
sorry.
That's so crazy. Like,
no, because the-
really
the
how
Golden Gate
large
Bridge
the
is
map is
in-
supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But
It's supposed
yeah,
to
no.
reflect.
There is a sign that my wife saw that said Zion Park, and when we looked at the topography like it matches.
It's Utah.
One.
Really?
It matches
That's
one
sweet.
of the rivers that, if you ever been to Zion Park, they call it the Bend.
Yeah.
There was exactly like me and her walked that most of that trail, and there's a spot that I was like, oh my god, hey, we took a break there because I was floating.
Oh,
down the
no
river.
way.
I was floating
Dude.
down the river.
Somebody
That's
posted
cool.
on Twitter
yeah.
that there a place on the coast when you get over to the California side of it is
Yeah.
exactly where he proposed to his wife. Like
Oh wow,
Oh, no
right
way.
to
And
the
it's in the
coast.
game?
Detail and everything.
that's
Yeah.
very cool.
But
Sweet,
that's
cool.
why.
Well,
like,
that's kind of like that's kind of the way it was with
chef's kiss
I
right
mean,
there. Chef's kiss on that.
with Zero Dawn, right? With some of the areas down in Colorado Springs, like the Air Force Academy Chapel, right? They didn't
Mhm.
actually say Air Force Academy, but the chapel is exactly where it's supposed to be. Old Town, Old Colorado that they labeled it in. You know, they have the museum down there that has these like arches and stuff on them. I did wedding pictures there. So it was nice to see that in the game and
Sweet.
where it's supposed to be and stuff in relevance to the Colorado Springs stuff. So absolutely. I can't say enough for what Girl has done. I mean, and
They
it
took their
makes me
time.
it makes me sad that, you know, Xbox players don't get to experience this type of a game, you know, and this caliber of a game and what Gorilla does.
But PC players can.
In due time.
Did it-
Dale,
yeah,
in
it
due
hasn't-
time.
Forbidden West hasn't launched on PC.
No,
yet,
not
has it?
Forbidden West. I
Yeah.
mean more about Zero
Well,
Dawn.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's what
So-
I'm saying. PC players, take your time. It's gonna come out. You know.
Yeah.
Give it some time.
Enjoy Horizon Forbidden or Zero Dawn.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
is your chance. Do play number 1.
and
Get ready for 2.
real quick, Mo. Reality Pals and I have already given you enough crap on Twitter about this today. But in case you're listening, you catch the replay of this. How the heck have you waited this long to play Zero Dawn?
Oh, wow. Oh.
Mo, the one who loves PlayStation, you waited until the release date of Forbidden West to go play Zero Dawn. You were a slacker, sir.
Hey,
Stop
We
trying to
knew
get
this
the-
though.
Yo,
we
like,
knew
you
he
know
was a
what-
slacker.
What was
Yeah.
more, let's see, to him, it was more important getting a platinum for Kingdom Hearts than playing Zero Dawn and getting ready
Hey,
for
hey,
Yeah, but you
don't-
know what?
don't
That makes-
diss on
that
him
makes
for
sense
being a
to me,
platinum hunter. Like,
Like that makes sense. Like that, yeah, that makes sense. That's
But
mine.
now he's got FOMO.
Uh,
And he's gonna have to live vicariously through Reality Pills and myself and everybody else on the world.
Well, at least he can only blame himself for that.
no,
And
I
he's
mean,
taking
like,
responsibility.
Mo, don't listen to these guys. You know, like you take your time, boo. You know,
Yeah.
you do you, boo. Like, do these guys?
I mean,
have a
at least
platinum
he's
trophy?
doing it right. He's
Do they-
playing the first one
Really?
first. Like
Just
Yeah,
saying, just
he is.
saying,
he's
do
playing
these
Zero
guys
Dawn
have a
first
platinum
before
trophy
Forbidden
for
West. I mean,
Kingdom
I
Hearts?
completely
No.
skipped Zero Dawn. Completely
But-
skipped it.
Does that? But that's not really a precursor, Jason, because like I'm not a fan of Kingdom Hearts. So I don't
and so
really
like,
care.
but maybe Mo wasn't a fan of Horizon, and he's like, you know what? I'm hearing a lot of.
Yeah, I'm
great
gonna
Oh
give
no,
it
he
a
just flat out said he was a slacker.
Oh, okay.
That's all he did.
You on your own, Mo.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
on
You-
your own. You on your own, man.
yeah, you jump ship
I
on
tried,
your
I
own, baby.
tried,
Sorry,
but-
man.
You on your own.
Yeah. So no, we love Mo. I talked to Mo quite a bit. So yeah, it's all in love. I mean, honestly, with those guys, we all give each other crap, especially, you know what, especially when we're on the show floor of E3, you know, we're always giving each other crap and stuff over there.
E3, baby.
Um, I
Goodbye,
honestly,
goodbye, brother. Goodbye.
Are you admitting that it's dead now?
Goodbye, yo.
I've come to the realization that
I'm very confident it's dead.
No,
I-
I give it hope. I give it hope.
Ah, man,
I
hope
haven't-
It's gonna be weird.
so it's like Robin Williams and the creation of golf, right? We're talking about how
I
they
love
created
that one.
golf and everything.
I
You know
saw
where I'm
that one.
going with this,
I saw-
Jerry. So down at the end, he's like, and then we're gonna put up a little flag just to say we're gonna give you a wee little bit of hope. And that's the point.
Yeah.
Like what Jason thinks, I have that little
Yeah.
bit of hope.
Oh, You
Yeah.
gotta keep it alive.
Yeah, yeah.
We do get E3 back hopefully next year in person. But here's my thing though.
But I feel like that flag of little hope for like either just you or
It's
all of
getting a
us
little
is
farther.
technically Nintendo is the flag.
Ugh.
Otherwise,
No.
it's not. Because like I
Nintendo
mean,
at this
Xbox
point,
is not going to be there anymore. PlayStation is probably not going to be there. I mean, it's just going to end up. If anything, I think that if the
I don't
companies
I think
don't
Sony.
come
I think
together
Sony
and-
could come back. I think PlayStation could come back,
I don't think they want to though.
Yeah.
but
Well,
they're
I mean, they
they're
have
gonna have
PlayStation
to.
experience already. You know.
No, we
I
haven't had
think-
PlayStation experience.
No, we haven't had
in
that for years.
Yeah, but I mean, like
even
that-
before the pandemic.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like it's E3
Wait.
doesn't have to be like the juggernauts only. You know.
I think to this point though, I think
Mm.
like with Nintendo though, I don't know if they go back though because they're starting to release their games with demos now. Like Metroid Dread got a demo. You've got Triangle Strategy has a demo. You know, it's like they're starting to put out demos, and
Yeah.
I think that takes the place of an E3.
Well, I mean, like we're looking at the developers, the makers.
Yeah.
You know, like
I mean, if ESA could take a page out of Penny Arcade's book for PAX, they could take a chance and improve on
Exactly,
E3 from the past few
exactly.
years.
I-
Like
you don't need to
there is
have-
material out there for them to feed off of and improve.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because I mean, like, it's the when you go off the beaten path, you know, if you don't go to the big three, you get to see so many good things that are out
Here's-
there. Like
Here's my argument
the
though.
haptic design, like, was being like 2 years ago, two
Mhm.
E3s ago.
Yeah.
You know, like they're giving out like, hey, like we're trying to build something like with haptic, and it was amazing, you know, like, and look, we have now PS5 has haptic
Yep.
controllers. Like you have to look to the side, you know, even though I'm always still chilling out at the Square Enix booth. You know, shout outs to you guys, Square Enix, or at the Sega booth, you know, because my boys are out there too.
Or Atlas.
Yeah.
Or
but-
I mean,
But,
should we expand it to the Square Enix booth, or is it just the FF booth? Really?
It's just the FF booth.
I mean, like when it takes up a high,
So here's my one argument.
yeah.
Here's my one
Okay.
argument that I think this is why I have more hope than just Nintendo, right? Is that we have gone now 2 years
Mhm.
without any meaningful in-person events. And we're talking PAX. You know, we didn't have in-person DICE there. We didn't have GDC. We didn't have a lot of that. Right now,
Yeah.
DICE is happening.
Mm.
As a matter of fact, DICE, as we're recording this, will be starting in 45 minutes at 9 p.m. Pacific. DICE Awards is going to be airing. Okay. But the thing is, this is the first time they've had DICE in person in a couple years. You know, you haven't had PAX in a couple of
Right.
years.
Yeah.
Comic-Con, they thought they were going to try it, and then they said, nope, we got to cancel it. You've
They had
had
their special event in November.
yeah.
I didn't hear about how well it went though.
You know,
It's
but you
sold out.
have
Oh, I
all
know.
of this going on, right? You have cons trying to fire back up.
Yeah.
You know, even it went to the far as, you know, some of the major auto shows around the country canceled too. So I think ultimately, if you've got that chance to come back and say, we are the first convention back as life is starting to try and return to normalcy,
Mhm.
you got to take that shot.
Yeah.
What E3's got
Agreed.
going against it is it canceled in 20. It did a digital event in 21. It's doing a digital event in 22.
Mm.
You have 3 years that you have not had.
They
your
better be
convention.
R&D-ing.
So
They better be R&D-ing
if
for their.
you're going to try
yeah.
and come back in 23, you better be firing on all cylinders, because if you are not, that is where I say that is the final nail in the coffin on E3. Is if it does not do well, it's gone.
Yeah, if they just
So-
bring back the same stuff that's been for the past two
It's gone.
E3s,
Yeah.
it's gone. They
Yeah.
need to improve on something.
They need to do something. So we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, we'll you know, we've kind of been talking about what we've been playing. We know
Yeah.
Dio's been talking about, you know, he's played Destiny.
Yes.
You know,
one last thing I
and-
want to plug in with the E3 thing is, like, honestly, I believe that if they stick to more towards the publishers or the like designers, they could be a little bit more successful.
Time to go old school.
Yeah, you can't go with the big three and hope that they're the ones that keep you afloat. You
But
can't.
that's also still what we're talking about. Like they have to
No, I
either
mean, like, you
recreate
do
or
have-
make it their own now. Like
I mean, like,
you're
remember
right. They
one-
can't
one
just
Bethesda had that massive booth with like with Destiny, you know, amazing.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know? When well, Square Enix, well, you know, when Square Enix has their booth, but you know, like
No
you have to have-
favoritism in there at all.
just a little. You know, when Capcom, like I said a few years ago, failed because you know they have a big presence.
Yeah, they
have a big
were
presence, but
heavy on
they're-
the museum crap.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah,
there are
that was
things
a
where
lot.
they have to like push the developers and say, hey, we need to have like some things actually out there that people want to be a part of or want to try out. You know, but you get what the publishers and the designers, those are the ones that are going to keep E3 afloat, honestly, because everyone knows what's going on with Nintendo. Everyone knows what's going on with Sony. Everyone knows what's going on with Xbox. Do they need to be there? Yeah, they should be there just as a support, but they don't need to have like, I want to know exactly what
The biggest
Rockstar-
presence.
Yeah, I want to know what
Yeah.
Rockstar is up to, or I want to know what
Mm.
Gorilla's putting out next, you know?
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
CD
Do you
Projekt
guys-
Red, when
do you
CD
guys
Projekt
feel
Red
like-
had their 20 Cyberpunk, you know, everybody was like, yo, that looks so hype.
Mhm.
And you know, sadly it was all hype, you know.
Do you
but
guys feel like that
was
it might help E3 if the mindset for booths kind of get away from being all bells and whistles and kind of just more into giving more to the fans, in the sense
No.
that, like, you don't think that would help? At
No,
all?
because here's my problem is I think, and we can all agree with this.
So I think they spend too much time trying to make the booths too flashy in order to do anything.
Well, even as of late, right? The booths started getting flashier the more they started doing public passes.
Right. And it took away from what we get out
And-
of the booths.
And I think ultimately, to Jason's point, you need to put it more on the publishers and stuff like that. And I think ultimately you go old school,
And that's where I'm
you go
going
back
at, is to get away from the big ass
I think
booths
they,
and have more laid back and be able to communicate and get more to the fans about what is going on with the companies.
But I
So
think
here's-
Matt,
no,
you're
you're gonna
thinking
go-
of keeping it
no, I'm
industry.
thinking you reverse it. You reverse course and you go back to, if you're going to have public, you have the very, very, very limited public passes that you did that first year, which was only what, 10,000, if that.
Yeah.
And I think you have to get back to, if you're going to do something like that, it's going to be more industry driven for the devs and everything like that. You have to cut the public out, because honestly, the more tickets that were opening up for the public, the less of a focus you really saw it be on the industry as a whole. And it became more and more about how flashy the booths are.
That is kind of true, because like, remember the last E3 where they extended purchasing of tickets, I think by like Saturday or Sunday. Like they were
Mhm.
like, oh, you know, ticket booths are open, like you can still buy tickets. Like they were still trying to get people in.
Yes.
But to a certain extent, you're still supporting my point, is that they're doing stuff in order to attract fans rather than give anything to fans. They're not,
Right.
because all that they're giving is, here's the bells and whistles to make you look pretty, but I'm not really giving you anything. I'm giving you something to look at or something to maybe touch, but you're really not getting anything out of it. Whereas the industry ones that we saw, we got to talk to people that were actually involved. We actually knew how much effort was getting put into the games, what kind of things they've even thought about that we didn't think about it, and so much more.
But I think to that point though, is because you had EA bow out, right? And I think that was the first salvo, right? We went 2014, maybe 2015. They had, an EA booth, and then
I
they
think
went to EA
2015
Play.
was the last one.
Yeah, right. And then right after that, right, they had to figure out, okay, how do we make up that money that EA was paying us for that floor space? Hey, let's start doing public passes.
Mhm.
And as you've seen, even look at PlayStation's last year, right? They didn't have much. They had a theater. They had Spider-Man.
It was all
That was-
Flash. Yeah,
that was- it was all-
Flash.
It's all
It was
flash
all
and no
flash and-
experience.
Yeah.
That's the
And
lack of
even-
E3. There's no experience.
And I think that's because you are trying to you're having to make up that revenue by bringing in all these fans. So the companies went more with the flashier displays to get people to come over to their booth to say, hey, look at me. Whereas before it was, hey, we all know what you got. We're gonna come see you. We're gonna come through so we can talk to the devs and everything like that. And everything in the years past prior to, I think 16 was probably the last really good one.
Probably,
Really?
yeah.
Because I mean, I skipped 17 because it's birth Cody, but even 18 was not. We looked at it as we saw that we started
we were already
diminishing
we were already
returns.
like, dude, it's
and
looking
then
fair.
and
Like,
then
it's
19.
starting.
I mean, come on, look how bad 19 was. Is like that last day we could have gone and seen. We saw pretty much everything we wanted to see because
We had
all the
more
media
than
was
half
gone.
the day left, and we didn't
And
really
we
want
left
to do
early.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we left early. So I think E3's got to do a lot. It'll be nice to see if they come back though. Just like all the other cons are coming back. Let's get back to some semblance of life. We do need to still be considerate of each other, that if a business is going to say you need to wear masks and show proof of vaccination, don't argue. That's what we had to do for Andy Grammer. We had to show our proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test in the last 72 hours.
I honestly
wear
don't get
masks.
why people argue. I mean, you still have the whole no shirt, no shoes, no service rule. Why can't you follow that with a mask?
Now, did you have to have it physically, or did digital work again?
Digital works. So I had it on
Okay,
my
cool.
iPhone. I've got two different apps. I've got my health app and then a separate app that houses all of my digital.
I still got to do that
records.
health app thing.
Yeah. So it is super nice because most states have QR barcodes that you can scan with your phone to add it into iHealth or whatever app you have. So I think we need to do that. Also, as we close things out tonight, guys, I do want to shout out to the families in the Ukraine right now. So I know we've had listeners in the past that have come from that part of the world. So my thoughts and prayers are with you guys. Please stay safe. If you got to get out, you got to get out.
Yeah.
It is now a super serious situation that is ratcheted up more so hardcore in the last 24 hours than even a lot of people are predicting. So if you're over there, please just stay safe. If your government tells you evacuate, get out.
Get out. Don't take any
mess with it,
chances.
because right now we're teeting around some things that we know how that leadership works in that part of the world, and they're doing this out of, I don't know why they're doing it. We could debate that all day long, but just stay safe, please. Hopefully, if you are listening to us over there and this brings you some sort of laughter a little bit in these dark times for you, but please stay safe. And as those folks are trying to evacuate, to everybody else, I can't say this enough, and I think right now more than ever, especially that part of the world, this goes without saying, but just please be excellent to each other. Stay frosty.
That's right. Safe is the name of the game, baby. Duck down, close the door, lock it, whatever you need.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
The 5 rules of dodgeball.
5 rules of dodgeball. Don't ever forget it. It'll save your life one day. But no, guys, along with everyone in the Ukraine, yes, please be safe. And don't take any chances. And also, we still need to support, the Black Lives Matter, the LGBTQ plus communities, stop that Asian hate. It's still, all of this is still prevalent right now. It's getting, what are we doing, guys? Come on. Like, it's just, it's hold hands and just sing Kumbaya. We're at that point now. We need to do that, because it's time to come together. So spread more love and compassion, and please be safe.
Definitely.
Jason, take it away.
Definitely always stay safe, as we've all been saying before. And with that, if you have that ability to, please get vaccinated. Matt was able to have a great concert experience because himself as well as his others were vaccinated.
Yep.
That's the only way we can get out of this, where we can get actual life again. yes, places are starting to drop mandates for masks. Yes, it's going to be a little bit more open. But please, if you have the ability to, there are still people that are immunodeficient. I
Yep.
know that they're considering a 4th dose at the end of the year.
Sign me up.
For those that are immunodeficient. So please, like, there are people that are struggling still out there. It's best to just give everybody a chance and get vaccinated if you can. Special shout outs to all you guys. I know, Matt, it's your birthday, or was your birthday. Shout out, Jerry. I know it's gonna be your birthday.
Thanks,
shout out
bro.
Sal to you guys. You my booze.
Thank you, bro.
We the old men.
I know. Yeah. But and then another shout out to Matt's wife and friend, for
Brittany.
making that.
Who I just want to say this.
And
This was my birthday card from Brittany.
Yes.
Awesome.
Bravo. Bravo.
I already told her.
But shout
Salvo's been
outs to you
fired.
guys out to both of y'all out there, crashing Matt's
That's
little
funny.
chat box as
That
well.
was a good
Love
one.
it.
Yeah.
It was good. It was nice. And yeah, all you guys, please, stay safe, stay distant. Hopefully you don't get coronavirus. Nobody wants that. It's not that fun. It's not that cool.
No.
With that, my man, Theo. Anything you want to add, Theo? We always take a lot from you, and then Theo, you want to throw something?
I mean,
in there?
I got the best part. I got the best
Yeah.
finisher of y'all. I gotta say, like, come on now.
Got the fatality, like
That's right.
That's right. Theo,
Finish them.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for those that are listening. Till next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Good night, everybody.
and we say good night.